What is up, Gamer Army? Welcome to another exciting episode of Psycho Gamer. This week you saw me do a video showing off that Super Pac-Man was coming, however, it's out. Came out in Costco, and today we're going to take an in-depth look at Super Pac-Man from some of the pictures I've gathered around one of the forums I'm part of from Facebook. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and take a look at these pictures and let you know what we see and what we've heard, good and bad. Make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Alright, welcome back again, guys. Like I said, we are going to go ahead and take an in-depth look at Super Pac-Man. Now, there was a concept art that kind of went around the internet for, I don't know, maybe a few days. And then I saw somebody had released a picture of some of these Super Pac-Man machines shrink wrapped on a pallet. Out of nowhere. Where the heck did this come from? You know, I know a lot of people love their Pac-Man games. I think some of you are getting burned out of Pac-Man. Does that mean you might have a little bit of the Pac-Man fever? I don't know. That's a good possibility. It's a good possibility. However, this particular one came out, and it looks really good. There's a couple of issues, though, that we're going to go ahead and touch on as well. So I am part of a Facebook group that I just recently got added onto, which I should have already been a part of, but I didn't know existed until one of my buddies here on Facebook actually pointed me to the direction. You know who you are. And I appreciate you for hooking me up, getting me into that group. But we're going to go ahead and click over into my computer. We're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of these pictures that I found, and we're going to look at a couple of the features that are in here. So we're going to click over. There we are. All right. So what you are seeing is a Super Pac-Man arcade machine on display at Costco. Yes, it is very bright. It is a very bright and vibrant kind of machine. You can see all the games you have available here. You have Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Pac-Mania, Galaga, Galaxian, Dig Dug, and Pac-land. So you got 7 games that are going to be on this particular machine. Unfortunately, unless you live near a Costco, you are not going to be able to get it because it is not even available on the Costco website. Yet you can go to Costco and buy it for $3.99.99. Who knew? It's one of those things. What can we say? So you look at the marquee. The marquee looks really, really nice. The bezel all the way around. The colors are pretty bright and vibrant when it comes to it. Got Pac-Man and his cape and little booties. What can we say? It's all about the flair back in the 80s. So if you can see the boxes, nice big boxes. I'm going to go to the next picture so you can see the side panel there. You actually have the riser there, Super Pac-Man. Got your red, white, and blue. You also have the actual side panel here. Now, the original Super Pac-Man machine was shaped a bit differently. Now, I was almost expecting it to be shaped almost exactly like the 40th anniversary Pac-Man machine. However, it's shaped just a little bit differently. Now, if you look back at what the original Super Pac-Man machine actually looked like, the actual body was cut out into the form of Pac-Man's mouth. It was obviously a lot chunkier than this too. This is a 3/4 sized machine. But I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to do mod attempts, or not attempts, but they are going to mod it to make it actually look like the original machine. Post below if you like the looks of this, or if you like the original look of Super Pac-Man. Now, just for reference sake, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the original cabinet, just in case you guys don't remember quite what it looked like. As you can tell, it looks fairly comparable to what this particular machine looked like. The only thing that was really missing, if you compare this to, say, the front, is it is missing your Bally midway there. So from what I've seen, other streamers actually talk about it, most likely had to do with the licensing issue where they couldn't get the rights to fully put that on there. But as you can see, the marquee does fully light up. Now the games back then, they were fairly plain. So the fact that you can look at this and still get that nostalgic feel from this machine, that's worth it alone. Now, while the marquee does look really nice, there is one other noticeable difference comparing the new machine to the old machine. If you actually look at this picture of the old machine, the actual bezel is almost at like, I don't know, almost a 45-degree angle. All right, maybe not. It's at an angle all the way down. It's not flat across like the new machine is. It's just basically one angle all the way up. So I guess for people who are a little bit taller, it might make a little more sense, but we are looking at older CRT monitors, so it actually makes a little more sense to have them kind of standing up rather than at an angle a little bit more than what they're used to. So this really, for nostalgia's sake, some people are probably going to gripe about it and say, I'm not going to buy it because of that. Who cares? You know, you got a machine, you got an arcade machine that is something you're not really going to be able to just walk into an arcade that's closing down and buy for just a few $100s like you're going to be able to with this one. So that's one other noticeable difference that I'd point out just so you can kind of see. This is what you're looking at with your control area right here. So you can definitely tell there's no angle there. There's just no angle there. So we'll take it how we can get it right now. Now we're going to look at the actual buttons right here. This is the actual joystick area where you still have your typical 1-up on-off button, your volume control, which from what I understand is a lot better than the 40th anniversary Pac-Man, where it actually does adjust the volume and doesn't make you want to kill yourself. You have your super speed buttons over here. You also have your attack buttons. Now here's where I have been hearing negative issues. So the game has Galaga and Galaxian. Now most of us in our arcade lives have played Galaga and Galaxian, where the joystick is on the left and you attack or shoot, you blast, whatever you want to call it, on the right side. Arcade1up has screwed the pooch when it comes to this. They have made it where you have to use the joystick with your right hand and shoot with your left button right here. That has upset a lot of people, and a couple of the people that actually posted these pictures have talked to Arcade1up themselves directly, and there's supposedly some sort of a work, maybe an update or a replacement that may be coming for these particular buttons to be mapped correctly. So who the heck is in charge of quality control? I don't understand how a game of this caliber, a Pac-Man and Galaga and Galaxian, has been released and it wasn't right. This is just completely wrong and off the wall for a lot of people. And people are going to be upset, and people are going to be returning the game. And I've already seen many people say, forget this game, I'm going to go ahead and return it. A lot of people are saying, hey, they wish this new SNK machine that is coming out that's going to have 50 games on it blows Arcade1up out of the water. The only thing I can hope is that once that machine does come out, Arcade1up really starts looking at their quality control and question what is going on with their products. That's my soapbox. I'm going to go ahead and step off my soapbox on that. A couple other pictures here. You can see the front actually has the little Super Pac-Man right on the front there. has it looking pretty spiffy on the bottom there. So it has your same look as you have it on the actual side panel as well. A couple of these are just bonus pictures that I found, but you can see how it looks here with the bezel as well. I really do like the coloring of the bezel. I'm not sure if I like the yellow border going around the actual machine itself. I don't know. Now this is basically showing you that you can get it for $399.99. Again, like I said, Costco does not have it on their website yet, so I'm assuming that it's going to be maybe an in-store exclusive. And this is somebody who has it at their house. Now, the cool thing about this particular game is it actually has lights that go on the back there, so it can give you a big, bright glow behind the machine. Now, it'll brighten up your entire room, as you can see just by this one picture alone. It looks like it's 2 LED strips that go down the back on both sides. So you can install that if you want to. If you don't want to install it, I don't think they're really going to care quite so much. This is basically it in the light, so you can see how it's going to look in your little man cave or in your personal mini arcade. You can see the difference between the 40th anniversary Pac-Man here, where there could be some similarities. However, they should have probably changed the style of it a little bit. Now, like I said, they actually got rid of Pac-and-Pal, and they also got rid of Pac-Man Plus on this, so they can go ahead and add Galaxian as well as Dig Dug. I think those 2 big games could be big sellers for that particular machine if they can get the control scheme right. Now, there are people asking, hey, can you go in there and rewire it so that, your blasting is on the right side or shoot button is actually on the right? Which they could do that technically, but it could screw up how you play some of the other games as well. So you really don't want to go around in there and mess with the controls. Now, if they had an option where you can go in and set the default buttons for Galaga and Galaxian, I think that would really be a good selling point and a good option for people, because you do have people that would probably love playing those games that are left-handed, instead of using the joystick and then having to kind of cross your hands over. That's just stupid. So, but anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you liked this in-depth look at Super Pac-Man that just kind of snuck under the radar with us. So I do appreciate you kicking around, sticking around, watching the video, and seeing the insanity that is me. I hope you like and subscribe. Join the channel, guys. Join the conversations. We actually had some really good conversations yesterday talking about this machine when I thought it was just leaked out. So you guys have an amazing night. Check out some of my other videos if you haven't. And as always, guys, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you game on.